George Cal Motor Company Player of the Game, Tyrell Fryer, number 7 with a pick 6 tonight. Tyrell, tell us a little bit about that. You say you've had a lot of those in your career, and tell us about it.
That was my first pick 6 of my whole career.
That is fantastic. When you saw the ball coming, did you know you had it picked number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us when it was coming, what were you thinking?
Catch it.
And when you caught it, then what you were thinking?
Run, near sideline.
When you went from the far sideline over there.
Go back.
Yes, sir. Go through the whole play. Go through the process of the start of the play all the way through the touchdown.
Coach told me third downs, like, watch deep balls. And
he's over there laughing at you too, and you did, and you looked that,
yes,
got the ball, and tell us about. Getting blocked. What a great cut that you made over there.
Alberto, he got a good cleanup block.
Oh, did he?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And first one of your career, and that's so exciting. Let's talk about defense overall. Talk about your defense and how good you think these guys are, how good y'all are.
Great.
What makes y'all great?
Well, physical.
Very.
Fast.
Very. Yes.
Strong.
Yes, very, very. Run to the football. I think it's as good a start from a defensive team that we've had in a long, long time. And I know that guy over there brings a lot that to the table. He expects perfection, and you guys try to play perfectly. Sometimes that doesn't work out. But what is your feeling about being 3-0?
It feels great. This is our first time, like this, my class, being 3-0.
Wow. And this is non-conference. We're looking forward to the conference season. And know anything about Hoxie? We hadn't even talked about Hoxie, have we?
I was there.
Well, we're going to Hoxie, and then Walnut Ridge is going to come here. But let me ask you this. From a football player's standpoint, and we talk about as a defensive back, as a number 2 quarterback, what's your week like in practice? What do you have to do all week long?
Stay focused. Attack the ball. And, quarterback-wise, I just got to get more reps.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you came in here tonight, and you look good, no doubt, to running that football, but a spectacular interception. And let me tell you what, we saw the first flag we saw here, we knew that was holding. We didn't know what the flag was over there. We were just hoping it wasn't against us.
I was scared.
Oh, we wanted you to get that touchdown. We wanted to get that. How's school going for you?
Great.
Have any idea what you're going to do after you get out of high school?
I know I'm going to college. I know that much.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, make your grades. Keep working hard. Keep playing football. You guys got a great chance to do something special, and I'm proud of you, Tyrell. Tyrell Fryer, he's our player of the football game. Big pick 6. First one of his career, and that will excite anybody, no doubt about it. Subway Coaches Show with Coach Mark Hinesley, and 3-0 the Hounds are. Coach, and you said it, 2 words, big win.
Big win.
Talk about it.
You know, anytime that you can come, Lonoke is always a tough place to play for us. It really is. And you probably wouldn't say that because the last 2 times we've come here, we've won. But it is an extremely tough place to come and play against an extremely good 4A football team. And I just like how our kids responded, coming over here and just taking care of business, doing their job.
Well, you win the football game 35-8 and up 35-0. Mercy rule game, clock runs. I want to go back and I want to ask you this. Give me some discussion in the second quarter, midway late in the second quarter, 4th down and 2. Mm-hmm. And I know how you are on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And we were in our own territory. What was the discussion over there? Because we went for it and went down and got the 2 touchdown lane. Well, what y'all talk about over there?
Okay, if you remember, I think it was Gosnell I talked about going for that 4th and 3
right.
in our negative territory, and that's not my style.
Right.
We learned from that because we got ourselves into a formation that the kids weren't comfortable with for going for that. So, you know, we talk about it, and I'm telling you, we prepare more than you would think a high school team would. We really do, because then we started talking about, okay, what's our 4th down play and what's our package we're going to be in, or what's our formation we're going to be in. So we knew what our play was going to be if we had a situation like that again. And I tell the kids all the time is when a lot of times we will call a timeout, and a lot of times it's just to regroup, and a lot of times it's for me to look at their body language and to hear what they've got to say, because, you know, I can say something, Bradley can say something, we can hear something from the press box, but I want to see the kids and see what they're believing in, because they're doing it, they're on the grass doing it. So, you know, when they come to the field and they call the play, I believed him. I trusted him, and I said, hey. And when one guy says, no, run it behind me, you listen to him.
Absolutely.
And good result.
Absolutely. Well, you go up 14-0 there, and then you come out and you get the offensively get the football for the first series of the third quarter. We drive it right down the field, score, hold those guys, come back, do it again, 28-0. And then, hey, listen, an outstanding effort again defensively, Coach. We lose a defensive end coming in. We lose Luke Samaniego. Kobe McCoy gets hurt. I want to ask you about Kobe here in just a moment. But overall, from a defensive standpoint, and you fill in, you make some adjustments, you put new guys in, and we just next man up and just continue to chase that football. We're phenomenal.
And I heard y'all talking. We do. We just fly to the football, and I take that all back to the kids understanding where they're supposed to go. We have assignments: run to you, what do you do? Run away from you, what do you do? And the kids trust that, and they know that, and that's what gives us great leverage. And when we run to the football and we keep the ball inside of us, and the outside guys keep the ball inside them. So, it's just it's an overall great team defense. And you can't. And I talk to the kids all the time. We always want to defer to start the game because we always want the defense to make the first stop or gets the first fumble. And but the thing about it is we always want to have the lead and the ball start of the second half.
Right.
That's just it's a killer to the other team when you know that you're down by 2 scores and you have to give us the ball back.
Sure.
It's a mental game, and I tell the kids all the time that's the book we want to write on game day, and we wrote it perfectly tonight.
I've been in that dressing room before, and that's 14-0, as a coach and as a player, and it's 14-0. And if you're from Lonoke, it's look, we're going to kick those guys. We got to stop them right here. We stop him, we take it down and score, and we'll make it 14-7. We got a football game we're going on. And obviously that big drive was just kind of that was just kind of a nail.
Well, here the last two. This game in Gosnell, maybe specifically, our offense has been our best defense almost to a point too, because we have had extended drives that just kept defense off the field and kept them from scoring. If they don't have the ball, they can't score. And I think our offense is doing a great job of ball security and just getting positive yards and keeping the ball in our hands.
Tyrell Fryer with a big pick. We just talked to him, and boy, what a run back.
Hey, we talk about it all the time. When you make an when you Oski,
sure,
you always run to your near sideline. And the reason why you run to your near sideline is because you want to make sure everybody's on the same page about running your near sideline so you can grab extra blockers. And he did just that. Momentum was taking him that way anyway, but he is near sideline, and I tell him, I want you to run to your near sideline. You'll have a cutback eventually. Right. He found the cutback and put the ball in the end zone. And I couldn't be happy for the kid because he had 2 picks that he missed last week, and for that kid to pull one down this week and put it in the end zone, that's really special for that guy.
I think we beat a real good football team tonight. I really do. I think that bunch is a good football team.
I do too. I've been saying it all week that is a much better football team than we saw last year. They have that at quarterback he's established, balanced kid. Sure. He can run, he can throw. Their offensive line was pretty gritty. Their defensive line was huge.
Yes.
They did things right. But it's like I tell the kids, we're going to jump on them early and stay on them, and good things happen.
3-0, the Hounds start undefeated here in our non-conference schedule, and it's on the road where the next 7 weeks are those games that determine where we're going to be playing in week 11.
Yeah.
So, it's the Hoxie Mustangs at Hoxie, and it's Hoxie and then Walnut Ridge and then so on down the road. But I know you're looking forward to the conference season.
Well, we are, because, Coach Reynolds always talks about the 3 phases, and we all have kind of adopted it. The first phase is now over. It's complete.
Sure.
And we went undefeated in our first phase, and that is awesome for our kids to be able to do that. And the way we did it tonight was real great. But now we're starting our phase 2, which is our conference play, and then phase 3 is our postseason play. And I've talked to the kids ever since Fast Hands is we want to be conference champions, and in order for us to be conference champions, in my mind, we got to run the table and beat everybody.
Right.
So every week is going to be the most important week for us to take the conference and hopefully get us a real good seed in the playoffs.
Coach, I'm excited about going to Hoxie, and we encourage our fans to join us this coming Friday night. And I know Hoxie will have a huge crowd there, and boy, wouldn't it be great for the Newport Greyhounds to have more fans than Hoxie has there. We need your help now. We're 3-0, and we need your help. We need our fans to be there.
We do, and the kids feed off that. I talked about it before. The kids really do feed off of that. The fans, and I can feel them. Lonoke, they're right there too, so you can feel them. And I thought it was great fan support, and I hope it's more next week.
I do too. 3-0, the Newport Greyhounds. Great success here in the we call the preseason, the first phase, as you're talking about, and looking forward to things coming up. Mark Hansley.
Yep.
Good luck, my friend, for the rest of the way. We've got 7 weeks to determine where we go next.
That's exactly right.
Go Hounds.
Go Hounds.